Okay, we're rolling. As you can see, we're here with Mom, and she's dressed like a character from James Bond.
No, Mr. Bond, I expect you to die.
Excellent. We can see that Mom is in her, she got her incognito sunglasses on because she wanted to remain anonymous for these stories that she's going to tell.
Okay.
So right now she's going to tell me the story about the first time she went to White Castle.
Oh, the very first time? Mm-hmm. Well, at that time I was dating Daddy. And I always used to pass by White Castle. And then one day he said to me, "Do you want to go to White Castle?" I said, "Sure, I love White Castle." I didn't even know what White Castle was. So anyway, we went in there and we had White Castle burgers, which I said they tasted better than anything I ever tasted in my life. And we had some. And that was the end. Now I just like them all the time.
And I've never known a time for you not to be able to eat them.
That's right. And I could even be sick and eat them.
Right. And what's your favorite expression? They don't hurt you.
They don't hurt you. They just make you feel good.
So was that your first date with Daddy?
No, it was like I've been going with him, but somehow we went on Queens Boulevard and I said to him, "Oh, I always wanted to go in White Castle."
Ah.
And I said, "I never had them. I wonder what that is." So we went in there. He said he'd take me in there. And we went in there and I said, "Now I'm always going to get these."
Well, that must have been a really hot date. And
it was.
And it probably cost all of 89 cents.
Yeah, I think so, because they were...
Well, the burgers couldn't have been more than 8 cents each.
That's right.
You wouldn't happen to remember how many you had, did you?
I had 2.
2? Just like you. So to this day...
I have 2.
That's your standard?
Yeah, 2.
And what do you drink?
When I'm in White Castle, I have a soda.
It's Coke, right?
Yeah.
And then, and were the French fries as good then?
Oh, I forgot about the French fries. I love their French fries, yes.
Wow, well that's the famous White Castle story, and it's the same White Castle that's still on Queens Boulevard to this day.
That's right. And now, being that we had this conversation, I feel like going there and having some.
All right, on that note, let's go get some.
Okay.
Well, there are a number of anniversaries coming up, and one of them is this year. It's the 75th anniversary of the 1939 New York World's Fair. Mm-hmm. And Mom has an excellent story pertaining to it. Now, you were a little girl, right?
Yeah, I was a kid. And
Maybe what, 9 years old? 10?
I don't think I was 10.
Okay.
So, we all had Krakowianki costumes on.
And for those of you who don't know, that's Polish dance outfits, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and we were walking around in a parade like.
Because let me ask you a question. Did you perform at the World's Fair?
No, we didn't. We just walked.
A performance?
Every time they needed somebody, we had to walk around like that. And
were you like Parade of Nations?
Parade of Nations, right.
Okay, so you were in the Parade of Nations at the 1939 New York World's Fair.
Right.
Dressed in, representing Poland.
Right.
Okay.
And had a Krakowianka costume.
All right.
So we walking along there, and I see this ride, and I said to my girlfriend, "You want to go on that? Look, it looks really good. Look at the way they're coming down like a slide." So she said to me, "Okay, let's go." So we went over there, and the guy said to us, "Come on, girls, sit down." So I said, "Wait a minute, I have to straighten my skirt." So when I stand up to straighten my skirt, he puts the slide on. And I fall backwards, and my skirt went up to my face, and I started peeing in my pants.
Why? Because you were laughing?
We were laughing so hard.
Was your girlfriend peeing also?
No, just me. So we were coming down, and the water was coming down in front, and the guy said, "Where did those girls get that water?" And it was pee.
It was all whiz, huh?
Yeah, and we came down. And I was embarrassed, but I was hysterical laughing. And the only thing I was afraid I'm going to go home and my mother's going to holler at me because the ribbons that were sewn onto the white skirt all faded on that.
Oh, you mean the colors ran?
Ran, yeah.
Oh, they ran from the whiz, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, brother.
So that was my adventure.
Well, how many times did you go to the World's Fair?
When I was a kid?
Yeah.
Like that? Just that once.
Just the once?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy it at least, other than peeing yourself?
Yeah, I didn't even care about the peeing.
Ah. All right. Did you at least change your underwear afterwards?
Well, I couldn't. I was in a World's Fair. Where was I going to get underwear?
Yeah, it wasn't the day and age of being able to pick up emergency underwear someplace.
That's right. That's right.
All right. Well, that's a fantastic story.
It is. It is.
Thank you. All right. So, one of the famous stories, and I was speaking with Ronald the other day, and he said that this particular story is one of the high points of your career. It was maybe one day into you having your driver's license. You just got your license. It might have been the same day.
Yeah.
And somehow
the same day.
you allowed your children to talk you into taking a ride to Times Square stores out on Route 110 in Long Island.
Yeah.
Now, I'm assuming that we wanted to go because Ronald probably wanted to look at the pet shop, Diane probably wanted to get a handbag, and I probably wanted to look at the musical instruments, right?
Right.
So what
right.
happened? Tell us what happened that day.
So you kids came home from school, and it was 3 o'clock, and I say, guess what? I got my license. And they go, oh, you got your license? Okay, let's go out to Times Square in Long Island.
And this was after school, no less?
Yeah.
Really?
So I said, I don't know if I could go out to Long Island. I just got the license today. No, Ma, you could do it. You could do it. Okay. So I say, like a dope, I say, yeah, okay, let's go. So we get in the car and we go.
And how was the ride out?
The ride out was okay. Everybody was nice and quiet, just sitting and I wasn't nervous, and I drove all the way there and got in there. And then we were in there, and we were in there a long time because you guys were looking at everything, wanting everything.
Did we buy anything?
I don't remember. So when we came out, it was pitch black outside. I said, oh my God, I never drove in the dark. How am I going to do this?
It wasn't raining though, was it?
No.
Oh, thank goodness
So
for that.
we came out from the store, and I said, we got in the car, and I said, everybody sit down, and not a word I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear a sound in this car because I have to drive it home. So we got on, and of course from Long Island, lots of times when you're on that highway, there's no lights. So anyway, we came all the way home, and everything was fine. It was without any ado. It was just great.
But you were very nervous during the ride,
I was
right?
extremely nervous. But
You were holding onto the wheel very tight?
That's right. But the thing was that I was just happy that nothing happened,
Right.
you know? Okay, so we came home, and Daddy was home already. I had to go and get undressed and go to bed because I was finished.
Did you have a drink at least?
No,
Wow.
no. You know what? That would have helped me.
Right.
So then came the next morning, and the next morning was Thanksgiving Day. And we were supposed to go by Uncle Doc for dinner for Thanksgiving. So I get up out of that bed, and I got this pain in my chest where I figured, this is it, I'm dying now, this is it. And I'm walking around, and I, like that, I can't breathe, and I got this pain. So I say to Daddy, do you think that you could call the doctor for me because I don't feel well, something's wrong with me? And he got angry and said, there's always something wrong with you, so forget about it already, I don't want to hear it. So anyway, then I'm walking around, and I said to, I don't know who, you or Diane, you better call Babji because there's something terribly wrong with me. So you guys did. You called Babji, and she and my father came over. The two of them came over. And my mom looked at me, and I told her I can't breathe, and I got this pain. So she right away called the doctor, and and that was Thanksgiving Day.
Who was it, Dr. Weiss?
It was a substitute because everybody was on day off. So the doctor came, and he examined me, and he gave me some kind of medicine like to relax me.
Right.
But he said to my mother that if I'm not better towards the evening, then they better take me to the hospital. Because he said this might help her. So the thing was, we never went for Thanksgiving dinner. Daddy had a snoot on because he was mad that I didn't feel good.
How compassionate.
Yeah. And I stayed in the bed and I slept. And then the next morning when I got up, I was okay.
Oh, thank God. Well, that serves you right. Why listen to your crazy kids? Now, hopefully you know better.
I don't know. I still do. I still listen to them sometime.
All right.
Yeah.
Very good. Great story. All right, so this is apparently a story of some other kid's bicycle down in Maspeth when you were a little girl, right?
Right.
All right.
Yeah. So I came outside and I look around and this one kid's riding his bicycle. So I said to him, "Hey, let me ride it for a while."
Did you know who the kid was?
No. I know he lived on the street, but I don't know what his name was. So let me ride it for a while. He said, "No, it's not your bike, it's mine." I said, "Oh yeah, well get off it for a while and I'll give it right back
Were
to
you
you."
like the bully?
I was, yeah. So he got off anyway, and he gave me a ride. So what I did, I wanted to get away from him fast. So I hurry up on the pedal. It was a three-wheeler. And I turned in to get into the yard in the back. And the doors to the cellar were open, wide open like that. And when I seen it, I figured, let me go over there. Maybe I'll just go to it. So I go speeding up there to this here cellar. Gunk, 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 fell right down the stairs on the bicycle.
You fell into an old-time cellar door with the concrete steps?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. On a tricycle?
On a tricycle.
On some other kid's tricycle?
And because I shouldn't have gone there with the bicycle to the stairs because that was no good. So I fell down and went on and banged my head, but I hurt my knee. But then I just said to the kid, "Take your bike and get out of here." And that was the end of
Nothing
that.
happened to the bike?
No.
Oh, so you were like a snot school bully.
Well, that day I was. It all depends.
Yeah. All right. Well, very interesting. Now you're.
And when I was coming back from falling down those stairs, I opened the door to see if I could go upstairs back to my house. But I didn't want my mom to see me with all this that I had on my face.
Oh, you hurt your face? Got
I
scratched
felt
up?
like that, yeah. And I said to my mom, "Do you want anything from the store?"
Oh, this is the continuation. This is the famous chocolate soda story. Okay, so your face is scratched up.
Yeah, and my mom said to me, "Maybe give you the can, and you just go right down. The candy store was right. We lived above the candy store. So you could go and get some soda." And I'd always get the chocolate soda. That was so good. So my mom gave me the pail. We used to call this pot a pail. And I went into the store and I said to the guy, "Fill up the pot with chocolate soda."
What was it, like 2 cents?
I don't even remember what it was. So he said, "What happened to you?" I said, "Nothing, I just want soda." So he filled it up for me, and I don't know, maybe it was 10 cents, this whole pot, or 5 cents, I don't remember. And I came out, and I started walking with this pot, and I get to the stairs. I go up 3 stairs and fall down.
Oh my God, with the pot.
And everything spilled out. All that soda went on the stairs, on the floor.
Why, because you were holding the pot in front of your face?
Yeah.
Oh.
I didn't want my mother to see my face. So that all spilled out, and that was the end of the soda. And my mom didn't give me any more money to get another pot.
Oh, how disappointing.
That was the end of it.
Oh boy. So you stole a bike, you spilled the soda.
Yeah, that was it. Finished.